Hello, hello, welcome. Yes, I did remember to turn on the desktop audio, as is always the case, I hope. Welcome, players.
Hello.
Maybe not
Hello.
every time.
Hi.
Dee Dee Vampire Lady, I see you. It's good to see you. Kistrel, welcome. Gail, as always, in the chat. Always good to see you both here and there. If you are in the chat, say hello to the players. If you are a player, say hello to the chat.
I'm in
Hello,
chat. I'm
chat.
also a player.
Hello, chat.
I see Lionar. Excellent. Great to see you. Wow, we're starting out strong today. Not bad, not bad. Very glad to see it. As a quick reminder, one thing that we like to do with this show these days is about 2/3 of the way, 3/4 of the way through the show, we sort of stop the session itself, and we take that later time to answer any questions any of you have, to sort of talk about both the session and the campaign in general, and mostly just to interact with you fine folks that are chilling out at home with us. So if you have any questions that you want to ask either of us or of our characters or anything like that, you can put those in the chat at any point from now until the end, and we will answer those all at once at the very end. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Let's go ahead and do some quick introductions. Let's start with Jeff. Who are you and who is your character?
Hello, my name is Jeff. I exist, unfortunately, but today I'm existing to play this game where I play Calder. Calder
Unfortunately, no.
is our resident sorcerer and living incarnation of sarcasm and trauma.
Yes, existence is a burden that we all have to bear equally. Jen, why don't you tell us a little bit about who you are and who your character is?
I'm Jennifer Winterrose, also known as the Swedish Geekball on, like Twitch and, most places. And I play Kritha and her really large frog named Stinky. Basically, her Nope.
Beastmaster Rangers are awesome.
Thank you, because
Finally.
my brain decided to completely blank on whatever it's called, the kind of like spirit animal-y typey thing that
It's just your beast.
It's a creature of the land.
creature of the land. Yep.
It's not a frog, but it looks like a frog.
It's
smells
a
like a frog.
frog.
It tastes like a frog, but it's not really a frog.
Look, it's a frog-shaped piece of magic that wants to possibly swallow you.
I'm loving all of the the frog emojis.
The frog emojis are the best.
So many good
They make me
frog
so happy.
emojis.
You have no idea.
What type of frog is Stinky?
Stinky is just like my frogs that I have at home. He is based on a white tree frog, also known as a dumpy tree frog, from Australia, and they're called dumpy because they're just kind of dumpy. They get really fat. They don't have the same
kind of a mean name.
I'm sorry to derail our intro stuff.
Sorry, yeah, if you ask me these questions, my mouth is just gonna go because
No. I just want to clarify. Is one of these frogs the frog meme that I keep seeing of a frog booty?
Are you talking about the one that looks like a potato frog booty, or are you talking about the one that looks more like a little?
It has like a little booty.
We're 9 minutes into the streams, friends, and it's gone completely off the rails. I have no control over this.
Yes and no.
Okay,
not potato booty, but
okay. I don't know. Frogs are frogs to me. Sorry. I needed to know.
What frog butt?
I love it. Right, rails. There they are. I found them. Gail, go ahead and introduce yourself and introduce your character, please.
Hi, I'm Gail, also Olivia, you can use either, and I play Charlotte, the human wizard. And Charlotte's familiar is currently in the form of Scoots, which is a very tiny pea crab.
And a small minor detail that those who have not been here for a while might forget, Charlotte is also blind, has a little bit of luminescence. I absolutely love the crab animation. Absolutely spectacular. Finally, M, go ahead and tell me who you are and who your character is.
Well, I'm M. Yeah, I'm M. Lore is which side of the screen is she on today? This side, right?
Yes.
Yes. correct.
Lore is an elf of the Eladrin variety. She is a warlock with a problematic patron.
Now I'm going to do a really quick, because this is kind of an epilogue episode, and because we've got a bunch of viewers here. Thank you very much, by the way. I'm really glad that everyone is here. What we're going to do, I think right now, is a quick whirlwind of kind of what went down over the last 48 in-game hours. Because in-game, almost the entirety of the module, with the exception of like the first session and a half, has all taken place over a period of about 2 days. So starting with that, to very much begin, the point of this module, the original quest, was supposed to be very simple. You were supposed to be just scoping out what was probably an old abandoned dwarven citadel with some old abandoned forge that just suddenly started spewing smoke again. Maybe there were some goblins in there you might have to clear out or something like that. See if you can scout it out for your good friend Barnabas Boulder Shoulder, king of one of those dwarven citadels. Adbar, I believe it was.
Yes.
And then after that, it all became a nightmare very, very quickly. You descended through a chimney like Santa Claus. You dealt a ton of death like Santa Claus. Wait, not that Santa Claus, a different one. You dealt just a ton of death. You killed a bunch of orcs. You killed a bunch of ogres. You set off a bunch of traps. You lost a character to a monster known as a roper. Rip Clarion. F's in chat. We still miss him so much.
We do.
You had tons of really great social interactions as well. You intimidated the crap out of some gray dwarves that were trying to hang on to the forge. You met Kreetha before then, obviously, the Goblin Ranger, who was also her entire party met a similar fate to Clarion down there in the Underdark. And in the last couple of games, not only did you fight some furniture and some animated like armor sets and stuff, some old defenses that an old dwarven mage had put in, you laid a ghost mage to rest, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Then you negotiated for safe passage out of the mountain from a black dragon, and in a just absolutely spectacular turn of events, you managed to just barely convince it not to eat the hell out of all of you. And you made your way to an underground exit from the dungeon, found your way out to a lake that I described earlier. I'm sure I missed a ton of things, but let's talk a little bit just about last session. So last session, how did we start? I know we ended up talking with the dragon, but how did last session start? And anyone can go ahead and jump in on this one.
I believe we began when we soon after we picked up from the destruction of some just deeply offensive furniture, and moved on to killing some very bad doggos.
That's right. There were a couple of direwolves still in the room with the forge. You actually did lay
We
eyes
finally-
on the forge.
Yeah, we finally set foot in the same room as the forge.
So you know it still exists. You know it is still usable.
It's
Yep.
magical
Yeah.
of some sort.
Can verify there is a forge.
So mission accomplished, right? You got it. You got in. You got your information. You got out with your lives, and you did not have to fight a black dragon in order to do it. So fun times.
A detail which I appreciate.
Yes, I was looking forward to that fight, but I was also looking forward to seeing how you would work your way around the fight. Now, here's the thing. What I imagine the majority of this upcoming session is going to be is probably a lot of unpacking and conversations. So I'm going to be pretty hands-off. I'm going to ask you all what scenes you want to do kind of as you are making your way to where you're going from where you are. But for now, we'll go ahead and set the scene, and we'll jump in game to do that.